So all through November of 2024, Arne and Carlos have been sharing a brand new pattern that they have for this year. And actually, I thought this was, or maybe it was the house, I don't know. One of these was supposed to be 2024, a brand new one. Um, it might have been the house, I don't remember. But anyway, so they've got a new one, and this is the one. And first you saw probably this much, and then I didn't work on it for a while because of the I was doing a lot of other things. Um, there's a bracelet pattern that somebody wanted me to make for my Etsy shop, and I ended up making a bunch of those, so I had to put this on hold for a while. But I caught up, and today is actually day 25 of their knit along, and I've already finished it, and this is what it looks like. And I'll show it up close. This is the way the pattern looks in the front, but and if they had done the heel differently, this is the way they did the heel, but it could have been like this if they had done the heel the way they normally do the heel, which is on knitting or the needles 4 and 1, but for some reason they did the heel on 1 and 2. So I guess it's all personal preference. If somebody would rather have it like this rather than this, I can always change the way I put the heel on. Instead of putting the heel on needles 1 and 2, I could do 4 and 1, which is what they've always done. But anyway, so I wanted to share what tools I use, and there's a lot of them. First, I do the Turkish cast on, which is what I use for this, and you have to have a long cord to do the Turkish cast on, and this is not exactly the size of the needle I need. The needle I use for the stockings is 4.0 millimeters. This is probably 3 millimeters, I don't know, but it's okay to do the Turkish cast on because I'm not going to do that many rows. And then as I'm building up the rows, they use the DPNs, the double pointed needles, to do the cast on, but I prefer doing the Turkish cast on. So after I've got it built up a little bit, then I switch over to this. And this is the 4 millimeter double pointed needles. And then once it gets longer, I switch over to the 8-inch aluminum double pointed needles. And then once it's built up to 72 stitches, which is the pattern amount, then I switch over to the circular, which I believe is 16 inches. And then I do the pattern up to the point where I do the heel, and then I switch back over to the double pointed needles, and then I do my afterthought stitches on, in this case 1 and 2, but normally I would go back to 3. I mean back to the 4th needle, and then do that on the 4th and the 1st, and then I start back on the 1st needle to continue the pattern. And then once I'm finished, once I get to here, then I switch over to the 3.5 knitted needles, 3.5 millimeter knitting needles. But for some reason with this stocking, they wanted me to do the 3.0. I'm glad I have all these needles. But yeah, so, and then of course if there's a drop stitch, I have to have this, and of course you need your stitch markers, and these are kind of like they kind of remind me of like diaper pins, but these are a little small. And of course, if you have trouble with like my double pointed needles are very pointy and they're very sharp, but my circular is very pointy, it's very sharp, and it pokes into my fingers, but these don't do that. These are a little more blunt. So the 4.0 is actually more blunt. But anyway, so after I've finished all of the stocking, you can add your your crocheted loop, but I've decided to use an I-cord. So I knitted this on knitting needles, and I did about 8 inches, and I'm going to just um, put it in at the bottom right here of this, and then it'll just hang out like this, I guess. Let me see. It'll be down to here, so this much will be sticking out, and that'll catch on to maybe I could go less, but that will be what will, you know, you can hang the stocking from. And of course I left a long tail so that I can weave it in with this, with the needle. And so that's all my tools. I actually bought an I-cord knitter thing, a hand crank thing. I can't figure it out. It's the only thing I can't figure out to do is this thing. I can make the I-cord with the knitting needles, no problem, but that thing is just too hard. So anyway, I have bought way more yarn. So one skein of each color of the yarn made 3 of these stockings. And at Michael's, they're on sale right now for buy 2 get 1 free. So these are the the loops and threads, and I bought enough. I bought 2 of each color, so there's enough of these of this yarn to make 6 more stockings. So I'm gonna have a lot of stockings, and my hands are gonna probably fall off by the time I'm finished, but whatever. So those are the tools that I make, and I really wanted to share the new pattern. I think it's really cool. There are some other patterns that I shared in my previous video where I didn't do the toe right. I did it really terribly. I'm going to redo that with these colors. And there was another one that I shared that I gave to a family member, my cousin, my life partner's cousin. I'm going to redo that one in these colors. And then there are some other ones. I bought almost all of the patterns that they have, so I'm just going to do a whole bunch of new stockings, and I'll make a video once I get those done. So I know you guys love the knitting videos, because these are the videos that get the most views for some reason. Any other videos that I make, nothing. I get maybe 12 views. The box card videos were what I would consider a fiasco, because they barely got any views at all. And even though my view amount, the minutes are down, like somebody might watch about 2.5 minutes, so then they click off. So I guess I realize I'm not a very exciting person. My videos are probably so boring, but I just wanted to share what I do, or how I make the tools that I make the stockings with. And I don't know, if somebody wants to watch me make them, let me know. I'll do a knit along myself. So let me know, and I'll look into that. So I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.